Hi friend, welcome to Taci's studio. I'm Taci, and today I want to welcome all of you returning viewers, or if you are new here, to come and join me on this adventure where I am going to share with you today everything that I have been knitting and I have finished, my work in progress, some of my future plans, a test knit that I just finished, and another one that I'm going to be doing really soon this month, and a few other things. If you stay with me until the end of this video, today I'm going to announce the winner of the gift that I am going to share with one of you to celebrate the 2 years that I have been here on YouTube. So come with me and let's start this adventure. So grab a drink, sit in a comfortable chair, and let's enjoy this journey together. Welcome here, and I have decided that if I record in the end of the day, and I'm sorry my camera just moved, that I'm going to be sharing with you and celebrating my 2 years with a little drink. I usually drink tea if I record in the morning, or my coffee, but today I am drinking a glass of red wine, and this is wine from the Willamette Valley Vineyards here in Oregon, and this is their estate 2022 Pinot Noir, and it is absolutely delicious, and I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to start by first taking a drink of my wine, and I really enjoy red wine. I would drink a white wine also in the summer, but if it's my choice, I will have a glass of red wine whenever I can, mostly in the weekends, but today is an exception. I'm going to start with my finished objects, and I am going to start showing you what I'm wearing today. And this is the Get Out of the Pool tee by excuse me, by Beth McDonald Stone, and I tested knit this for her, and I am going to push my chair so I can show it to you a little bit better. I test knit, it looks like I pulled the yarn a little bit in here, but I can fix that later. And I ran out of the yarn, the La Bien Aimée, which is the yarn that I had that I was hoping to do this for this shirt, for the whole shirt. And you can see on my back that the yarn is a little bit different, because on the back I needed just with the La Bien Aimée, and I noticed by the time I was finishing the back that I did not have enough to do the whole front. I miscounted the amount of yarn that I needed, and I actually added Lemon Kid, and I'm going to give you a little bit of information about this tee, although I am going to do a whole review of the shirt on my next video in a couple of weeks. So if you want to get more details, and this is bothering me that is showing in there, but if you want to get all the details about it, you watch the next video in a couple weeks, and I have been doing a review of whatever project I'm working on, and the next one is going to be this one. Beth is actually, the pattern has been released today. Today is June 26, and she is giving a 20% discount, which she always does on the first week when her patterns are released. This is the Get Out of the Pool tee by Beth McDonald Stone. So I used 3 different yarns. I was hoping to use just 2, but I used 3 different yarns for this garment, and it is the Get Out of the Pool tee, the fingering weight. She has a Decay version also, and I've knit the size 1, and I used 3 different kinds of yarn. I used the Host's Garn, and I have that information on my book, so just so I don't miss any information, I'll read a little bit for you. I did Host Garn Highland, which is 50% superwash Highland and 20% nylon, and that's the purple one. Then I told you that I used the La Bien Aimée Twist Nouveau in the color Dusk, and I mixed for the front here. I used Lemon Kid Trio in the color Shell. So I will give you a lot more details about this tee on my next video when I do a review of the tee, but it is fabulous. I love how it fits. It's a very nice summer, and I thought I'm never able to wear wool, especially touching my skin, because my skin is super sensitive. But this one, for some reason, especially in the summer, it's just I just cannot handle the feeling of the wool on my skin. But for some reason, this combination of this yarn feels really comfortable and is not bothering me. And if it starts getting hotter, I will just wear with another t-shirt underneath, or I'm gonna wait until the fall and I could wear it as on top of a t-shirt or another shirt that I can wear underneath. So overall, I am super happy with this tee and how it fits and how it feels on my skin. And I love the yarns that I used, and I would most definitely make another one of this. So it was a super fun test knit, and thank you so much, Beth, for letting me test this for you. And it's always been a pleasure to work with her and to test knit Beth's patterns, because they are really well written, and I absolutely love this style, and so it's super fun. The next finished object, so I think that's it for the Out of the Pool, except for the real in-depth details. I will give that to you on my next garment review. So the next thing that I finished this month is my last video was about the Leela top, and I did a whole entire review of this finished object. This is the Leela top by Kaidre, and I will post pictures here of her and her version of this. I made mine with the Sandnes Garn Lina, and I made the size 4 for my myself, and I used a size 4 needle, US 4 needles, and I will put, for some reason I'm having a blank right now, a size 4 is 3.5 millimeters. I started this project last year and put it to hibernate because I started in the end of the fall and I felt I was not going to be able to wear this, so I decided to hibernate, and I started again this year on May 10th and I finished on June 10th. So it took me 1 month to finish it, and I was about here. I had already joined the for working on the body, and I was able to finish in 1 month, but I was doing several other projects, and I wasn't just working on it by itself. I have a lot of details and a lot of information on the previous video, and I can put that in the end of this video if you want to watch and get more information about the Leela top. But it was a super fun shirt to work with. I used, like I said, the Sandnes Garn Lina, which I have really enjoyed working with that yarn. I had never worked with it before. This was my first garment, and I bought more of the linen to do another project that I'm working on right now. So it's easy to work with. It will split a little bit once in a while, but it's not a lot that it would bother me. So I overall really like working with it. And the color that I used was a color 8561, and it's called I think it's sage green. I can't recall, but I will post it here. And I am very happy with that. I put all the information and all the details also on my Ravelry page. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment here, or you can also check my Ravelry or the video that I already mentioned to you. The last finished object, I just wanted to show it to you today, but I actually finished this, I think was in February, or I finished it in March, and that is my Oslo hat. I have not made this hat exactly how it tells you to do, because I ran out of yarn when I was about here, and then I decided to undo all the way to here and make this brim a little bit smaller. And I am not even sure if I will be able to turn the brim. Yeah, I think that it's going to be too small. But I can either wear like this, or I can wear it like this with the top a little bit bigger. I'm really happy with it, but I wish I could have made the size that I could fold the brim the way it's supposed to. But I did not. I had a little bit less yarn, and I knew that, but I really wanted to have a red hat, and I wanted to be the Oslo hat. So sometimes I think that by magic things are going to work, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, and that's a case when it didn't. So I'm going to give you some of the details, and this is the Oslo hat by Petite Knit. I made it for myself. I made this size 6, the adult medium, because I have a very large head. No hats usually fit me, but so I usually have to make a little bit bigger than I make for my kids or my husband. And I used fiber hustle yarn, and I used, the color is Little Red Corvette, and this is the fiber hustle Decay. I love this yarn. I loved working with it, and I had a lot of fun making it. I used a size 3 needle, which is a, I think is a 3.25 millimeters, if I am not mistaken. Yes, 3.25 millimeters. And I started this project on, I have everything written like I told you on my little journal. So I started this on January 1st, actually, for myself. I decided every year I cast something on for my birthday in January, and I also, on the first day of the year, I cast on something fun for myself. And this is what I cast on January 1st this year, and I finished on March 2nd. I was doing several other projects like I told you before, and I wanted to make sure that you can see this one, and I am very happy with how it turned out. I absolutely love this red, and I love the name actually, that it's Little Red Corvette. So this is it for me for finished objects for I believe that it was May and June, and I am very happy with how much I got done, considering that in the summer, in June, I am usually pretty busy, and we traveled a lot, and we have our grandson a lot. So this was really fun to be able to finish I finished 2 different things in those 2 months, because the hat I finished in March, so I'm not going to cheat. So let me take a little sip of my wine, and I will start now with my work in progress. And I have a work in progress that has been lingering for a very long time. I started well, let me first start with what project it is, and that is my Soho Square by Jackie Rose, and I am absolutely in love with it. I started this on April 27, 2024, and then I put it to hibernate, and I do not know why, because I do know why. I remember now. I could not decide. I knew I wanted the white or off-white and black, which I will give you the information on which yarn it is. It's I'm using Pro Soho linen quill. This one here is the kettle black, and this one here is the oatmeal gray. I am also the yellow this is Trio by Lamb and Kid, and I do not have the colors here, but I will write that down for you here, and also down on the descriptions. But I think it's Sun's Up, I think that's what it is. And this one is Ritual Dyes, and I think is Fool's Gold, if I'm remembering correct. I'm absolutely in love with this, but let me give you a little information why I restarted in January 25th of this year, 2025. And the reason it's not finished is because I only work on this Soho Square when we travel. We go at least once a month to a place that we absolutely love here in Central Oregon, and I use the time that we are traveling back there and back home, going there and back home to work on one project. And I try to usually work on a hat, on a scarf, or on in this case on this wrap. And what happened also is that a couple of times I took it there, I worked on it on my way there, and I took it there and I forgot and left it there. So I could not get it until next time when we went there. So it's going slowly but surely. And I have to say that I am completely in love with it. And I love the colors that I chose. Jackie is making some of the Soho Squares now with what she calls ribbons, which is choosing different ways of doing stripes on where the colors are over here. And it is, she's fabulous with choosing colors, and she has some fabulous combinations, and I am absolutely in love with it. So I really like linen quill. I will use linen quill again. It's a yarn that I really enjoy working with. I am using a size US 4 to make this Soho Square, which is a 3.5 millimeters. And because it's a traveling project, I am pretty sure that I will be done by the end, by our next trip, which might, we are going to be going there soon. And I am going to start doing another scarf here soon. But for now, this is my traveling project, and I am really enjoying working on it, and I have all the information on my journal. And when I finish, I will put all the information on my Ravelry page also. The next thing that I'm working on, which is a next work in progress, is, I think that I have shown this before. This is my Quilty Gabi socks, and I was participating on a make-along that Marlene from Marlene Knits and a couple of her friends were doing, and of course I did not finish, and I only have one sock done. And this sock is a very big experiment for me because it's the first time that I've done and been successful in doing color work on my socks. And I decided to modify this pattern by I am going to do a forethought heel. I usually have a hard time wearing hand knitted socks, and that's why I was trying last year so hard to see if I could find the perfect pattern for socks for me. And somebody told me to change the bottom of your socks, but by the time they told me, I had passed the heel already, that if you do a purl on the outside, the inside will be the knit stitch, and that would be a little bit softer on your feet. I have type 1 diabetes, so my feet are very sensitive, and sometimes they hurt a lot. So I have to be honest that I have made several pairs of socks for me last year, and I still have not found the super comfortable one. So what I'm hoping is that with this one, I just made this part here, which would be on the very front bottom of my feet. I don't remember what you call that, but I'm hoping that the next pair, the next sock, if I remember, I will, after the heel, do, I think they called princess feet socks, and then you change again for the toes. But I'm hoping that this maybe solve the problem, and that I will feel a little bit more comfortable wearing socks, wearing hand knitted socks. This pattern is the Quilty cabin socks by Horse Fiber. Oh my gosh, I have to write the name for you over here. And the yarn is the Craft Me Not yarn company. I bought this a couple years ago, and I'm not sure if she still dye yarn, but if she still dyes yarn, but it is a combination of 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and you get 400 yards on this 2-ply yarn. And it came with the mini. Also, the colors were Winter Wonderland, Woodland actually, and Morning Light. And I really like that combination, that neutral combination. I started these socks on March 23rd, 2024, and I stopped for a while because I usually knit on my socks for about half an hour, 45 minutes, while I drink my coffee in the morning, and then I don't usually knit more on it. And I was doing a couple test knits that really needed my attention, so I haven't knitted on it very much, but I'm happy to go slowly and just keep knitting on them, and whenever they're done, they're done. I am not in a hurry, so, and I think that I will be done when I'm done. So the other thing that I started, and I am very excited about this one, is I discovered the Grocery Girls podcast about I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. I do not know where I was at because I did not know about them, and I absolutely love watching them. I think they are so fun, and I think it's so fun to see. I actually have several podcasts that I like that are sisters or friends who consider themselves sisters, and I love watching them together. I wish one of my sisters lived here and they could do a podcast with me. I even thought maybe someday I'll just have somebody here, or I can just, I don't know, maybe I can bring a friend that can sit here with me and we can talk and we can enjoy the podcast together. I don't know, I'm just being silly, but I would love to have somebody that could podcast with me. And the Grocery Girls are the two sisters that I really, really love watching them. So I was watching one of their episodes, and Tracy, they just went to a retreat, and I believe was in Venice in Italy, and Tracy designed a cute little slippers for the retreat, and I'll post a picture here. And since I saw that, I just could not stop thinking about that. So what did I do? I made my own Murano slippers, and I think what I'm going to do is try to put it on my feet and show you. I must have done something wrong when I bound off, because mine, and let's see if I can do this. Okay. This is harder than I thought, but can you see? I will just, how about I just put a picture in here. I will put a picture of me wearing it, because it's really hard to show just like this, but it's cute little slippers that are inspired by these French slippers, vintage slippers, and she has a really cute story. I don't remember the whole story, but I made mine a size 2, and actually I don't know if it's mine or I'm thinking about making this for all the girls in my family, and I can't talk too much because if I make, it's gonna be for Christmas, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna make or not because I don't want anybody to know if I make them or not for them. And but isn't it so cute? And I thought it's so precious. She did some embroidery like you can see here on the picture. I'm not sure, I was thinking about, because this is a little bit loose on my feet, I was thinking about putting a little I-cord here, and then just because this way you can tighten a little bit and put a bow in the front. So I am in love with it, and I am going to be making more, and it might be also a few of this on my list for myself. So this is the Murano Slippers by Tracy Miller from the Grocery Girls. I made a size 2 for this one with a US 4 or 3.5 millimeters needles. I am using the Winter Burn Decay. That's the yarn that I used. And this color is Rose Window, and it's the color Brew 023. I am in love with it. I just used leftovers that I had for the contrasting color that I did. I decided to do, she has 2 options. You can do a rib in here, or you can do the I-cord, and I really love I-cords, so that's the choice that I made, to use to make the I-cord with a contrasting color. I started this on June 20th and I finished on June 22nd. It took me 2 days to make one of those, and I have not started the second one yet because, as I said, I have a couple other things that have deadlines and that I wanted to finish, but I am sure that it's not going to take me more than 2 days to make the second one. And it's a fun, quick project that it makes a wonderful present, a wonderful gift also. So that was it for the slippers. So the next work in progress that I have is I am working on a Sabai top number 2, and I am making mine again. Is the second time now that I'm using the Sandnes Garn Lina, and I'm sorry it's a little bit wrinkled because it was on a bag and I took it with me when we were traveling, but I didn't have time to work on it very much, and I will tell you why, what I have been trying to knit and finish soon. This is with Sandnes Garn Lina, and the color is black, and so far I have used 3 balls, and I'm not sure how many I will end up using, but I will let you know when I finish. I'm making a size medium or size 3, and I'm using number 6 or US 6 needles, or 4 millimeters, and I will have all the details for you when I finish. I will also do a review of this project. I'm going to try to make a review of every garment that I make, so this way I can give very detailed information. I can show you how I style, like I did with the last Leela top And then I think that it's a little bit more fun when I can give you all details in one video. But I started this on May 23rd, and I am still working on it because as you can see, I work and I sometimes, even if I tell myself that I'm not going to start anything else until I finish a project, when I see something like the Murano Slippers, I just can't resist, and I have to just start them. So my next work in progress is something that is very dear to my heart. My friends from Two Sisters Knitting and Talking have started a make-along for you to, if you want to participate, to make a chicken, an emotional support chicken, and you donate that chicken to a place called the Covenant House, and this is a charitable make-along because you're going to make the chickens and then you're going to send the Covenant House. They support youth from, and I believe it's age 16 to 23, 24 maybe, and I might be giving you the wrong details, so I will post the information here so you can have that information. I am making an emotional support chicken, and this is, I decided I was going to call her Rainbow because when I first got the yarn, it looked like it had all the rainbow colors, and I thought it was very fitting because June is Pride Month, and she is so cute. And even though I don't think that she has all the rainbow colors, I still feel that she looks like a rainbow and a happy rainbow, so I'm still gonna call her Rainbow. She's almost done. I still need to put this part here in her head, and I forgot what this is called, but it still needs, I need to sew this. Is ready, but I just need to sew this. I need to sew her and put the stuffing. I have the part here to finish that, and I am going to send a little note with a little heart. I saw that so many people are making this, and I am so happy that so many young adults will be getting this and feel loved and comforted by having something that somebody made for them and that they were thinking about them when they made that. As you all know, I was a social worker for 32 years here before I retired 2 years ago. And so this is something that it's very close to my heart, and I feel so touched by somebody thinking about doing something like this to help. And I think all the youths in our country and in other countries, they all need our help. They all need to feel loved, and I am feeling really good about having been a part of that. Thank you so much, Marian and Regina, for from Two Sisters Knitting and Talking. And I think that it's just such a wonderful, wonderful thing to do, and I am so very happy that I was able to see and that you're doing that and participate, and I absolutely love your idea. So I forgot to say that I'm I actually went to Michael's and I got the loops and threads, because I thought this will be a yarn that it's easier if they need to wash or put it on a washer, because it's 100% acrylic, and the yarn is called Facets, and it has 279 yards per 3.5 ounces. It's super soft. The color is 09B as in ball, and it did not have a color name. So this is the yarn, and I can show that to you, and you can look at the number also. I hope that it can focus on that. And I had this color, a gray one, and I used leftovers that I had to make the head with a different color, because I wanted to be just one color for the head, and also for the beak, and for this part on top of the chicken's head, which I just cannot remember the name. But when she's ready, I will take pictures and I will record a little bit to show you the next time when she's completely ready. But she's almost ready to fly to her place, and I will be sending mine to the Covenant House in Georgia. So very happy about that. Now let's go to future plans. For future plans, I plan on knitting either the plain yoke tee or the salty air tee, which I think is the one that I have decided for. And the salty air tee is by Samantha Gehring, and the plain yoke tee, I believe, is by, I have that right here, so it's by Lene Home Samso. If I make, well, actually I think that if I make either one, I was going to use a natural color linen by Ritual Dyes. However, I want this tee to be the one that I'm going to wear when I go to the Flock and Fiber in Seattle in the beginning of August this year. And I wore a white shirt last year that I made, a white ranunculus. So this year I wanted something with a different color, and I think I'm going to use the Knitting for Olive. Oops, sorry, it's upside down. I'm going to use the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, and the color is Quince. The other future knitting that I'm doing is I am going to be doing a test knit, which is going to be a very secretive test knit, so I really can't talk too much about it, but it's going to be a really fun one, and hopefully to be done by the end of the summer. And then when that's done, I'll be able to talk to you a little bit more about that. I want to talk to you just a little bit about other things that I've been doing this summer. And I'm reading a book right now that I'm really not very excited about it. So yesterday I watched The Grocery Girls, and they gave a lot of suggestions for new books. I like to read at night before I go to sleep. That helps me fall asleep and not be watching too much screen and scrolling, so it makes it a little bit easier for me to sleep. But the book that I'm reading right now is not keeping me as interested, so I have decided to get another one. And I will let you know when I decide which one I am going to be reading. The other thing I've been working on and that I'm now a little bit obsessed with is I have showed you before that I'm working on this. I used to do a lot of cross stitch and embroidery and free embroidery, and I have found a new love for, and I like to do that especially in the summer because sometimes it's a little too hot if I'm outside. I still knit, and I still knit even with wool in the summer, although in the summers when I do more of summer garments that I work with natural fibers, but with plant-based fibers, I should say, because almost everything that I knit with natural fibers, knit or crochet. But I found out that this needle point that I'm doing, after I order, I found out that I did not pay attention, and the yarn is acrylic. And I have found several other kits that are with wool, and it makes a huge difference on how, just like with the garments, when you work with real wool, it makes a huge difference on how your work looks. And if I'm going to do all this work, I want it to look better. So I'm still going to work and finish this one. This is Van Gogh Starry Night, and I really love Van Gogh and Monet. So this has been a lot of fun for me to work a little bit on it and with it when it's hot outside, and I'm really enjoying it. And I cannot wait to, I have ordered a couple other kits that are now with wool, and I cannot wait to start working on them, and I'll show you when they get here, because that's something that I'm very excited about. I have been trying on every one of my videos to make a recommendation of other podcasters that I have been watching, and this time the one that I want to recommend to you is the Table 10 podcast. I started watching them after I was on a Zoom for with the two sisters knitting and talking, and these are also the Table 10 podcast are also two sisters, and they are so much fun. They laugh so much. They have incredible and beautiful projects that they are working on. They are actually three sisters, but only two of them knit, so only two of them are in the podcast, and that is Rachel and Renee. And so if you haven't found them yet or watched them yet, I think that you will absolutely love going and watching them. I think it's going to be something super fun. And I went back and I've been watching their older podcasts because they are so fun, and I can't wait until they release a new one. So if you haven't found them yet, go find them and look for them on YouTube. Now, I just want on the personal side to share a hike that we did this month, in the month of June. And it was so much fun. It was such a beautiful place, and I want to share that with you. We went, my husband and my son and his girlfriend, Tay, and we went to Smith Rock. Smith Rock is it's a state park here in Oregon, and is located in Central Oregon. It's near Redmond and Terrebonne, at those two communities. And we decided to do this summit loop, which is about 7.5 miles, and it was absolutely stunning. I can tell you that if you have not gone, if you are in Oregon, or if you come to visit Oregon, if you haven't seen and you like hiking, if you could go and do this hike, it is one that it's unforgettable. I took a lot of pictures as I'm showing you here, but nothing compares to seeing that in person. I was absolutely amazed at all the views, all the rocks, lots of people hiking and doing also the rock climbing, and it was just amazing. And I honestly would do it again because it was so beautiful that it's worth. We only did one of the loops, which is the summit loop, and I think that it would be completely worth it going and doing all the loops that they have. But we had our dog that day, and honestly I was a little bit tired. It was my first hike for this year, and I felt that just doing that one loop, that it was almost 8 miles, 7.5 miles, it was good for me. We had a great time, and we will probably do that again. I'm not sure if it's going to be this year because we have other plans for this year, but I am very happy with that, and I loved it. I loved every minute. Now, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here with me for these 2 years. And right now I am going to share with you, I have drawn a number on the random numbers, and that for sharing the gift that I want to share, the gifts that I want to share with you for being here with me these 2 years. I wish I could give one gift to each one of you, but I'm gonna have to choose one person, and the random number did that for me, and the number that came up is number 2. And the second person that commented on this video was Be Extra Podcast, and I will post the name here, Be Extra Podcast. If you see this, please contact me. Please contact me and send me an email letting me know, and I will be sending the gifts to you. The gifts that I am giving this time is I am giving a skein of this, which used to be Chasing Rabbits fiber coal, and they had to rebrand, and I will put the name of the new name for their website here because I can't remember, I'm sorry. And this color is Sashiko, and it makes such a beautiful, I will try to put a picture of what I have done with mine, but I bought extra yarn like I always do, and wanted to share this with one of you. And the other thing is one of my knitting and crochet toolkits, which is filled with cute little things and everything that you need for you to take along with you when you're going somewhere or when you're traveling. I will be sharing one of this with number 2, Be Extra Podcast. So this is, I think, it for me today. Thank you so much for being here with me for these 2 years. Thank you for always being here when I want to share my projects, my passion, and I hope that you will come back. I hope that if you haven't, that you will subscribe, because it helps me keep bringing this content to you. And until I see you again, keep knitting, crocheting, embroidering, needlepoint, and doing everything that makes you happy. I hope you have a great summer, and I will see you soon. Ciao!